Hi, welcome to what's happening. Here are the top 5 stories. At number 1, the Revenue Mobilisation Allocation and Fiscal Commission has proposed an increase in the basic salaries of political and judicial officials, which was suggested by the RMAFC commissioner from Kebbi State. However, organized labor has criticized the proposed salary increase as being insensitive to the suffering caused by the removal of fuel subsidies for Nigerians. The commission has stated that legislation by both national and state assemblies is necessary for the reviewed salary to be implemented. Additionally, the agency has recommended that current allowances for political office holders remain the same, but 3 new allowances will be introduced for judicial office holders. At number 2, General Lucky Irabo, Lieutenant General Farouk Yahaya, and Vice Admiral Awal Gambo are stepping down from their positions as Chief of Defense Staff, Chief of Army Staff, and Chief of Nigerian Navy, respectively, and will be handing over to their successors on Friday. The current Chief of Air Staff, Air Marshal Oludayo Omo, will transfer his position to his replacements today. On Monday, President Bola Tinubu declared the sudden retirement of the service chiefs. The president has announced new appointments for key military positions, including Major General Christopher Musa as the Chief of Defense Staff, Major General Taoreed Lagwaja as the Chief of Army Staff, Rear Admiral Emmanuel Ogala as the Chief of Naval Staff, and Air Vice Marshal Abubakar as the Chief of Air Staff. At number 3, the British High Commissioner to Nigeria, Richard Montgomery, has stated that the number of Nigerians traveling to the UK for education has increased by 5 times in the past 3 years. However, the UK has implemented a policy to restrict international students from bringing their families to the UK from 2024 to manage the influx of migrants. Montgomery explained that there is limited housing and services to accommodate all students and their families, and therefore the movement needs to be managed carefully. A meeting was held a month after the new British ambassador presented his letter of credence to former President Muhammadu Buhari on May 18th. At number 4, the EFCC has warned content makers like comedians and movie producers from using the agency's branded jackets, symbols, and insignia in their content without permission. The head of the media and publicity, Wilson Wujaren, cautioned the creative industry, acknowledging their interest in producing movies or skits related to economic and financial crimes, and emphasized the need for individuals to obtain permission. He also stated that the Public Affairs Department of the Commission is ready to collaborate with filmmakers who want to educate the public about the dangers of economic and financial crimes through film and skits. At number 5, gender rights organizations such as the Women Advocates Research and Documentation Center are concerned about the frequent attacks on schools in Nigeria by terrorists, kidnappers, and bandits. They are critical of the government's response and suggest implementing the Safe School Declaration to ensure children's safety. Founder and Executive Director of WA DC, Dr. Abiola Akiyode Afolabi, expressed concern about the inadequate enforcement of safe school policies and the danger posed by schools by both armed non-state groups and the armed forces when addressing security issues during a meeting with stakeholders in Nigeria. That's all for now. See you next time on What's Happening.